I do not provide legal or tax advice. As an insurance agent, I am not an attorney and do not practice law. Any discussion of tax benefits is based on my understanding of current tax regulations, which are subject to change. You should seek the opinion of qualified tax and legal advisors before making any decisions. Information contained herein is intended for illustrative purposes only. All charts, graphs, estimates, and projections are based on hypothetical situations and are not representative of any particular financial condition, and are not intended to represent a likely or guaranteed return or outcome for any prospective customer. By continuing, you agree to this disclaimer. In the Second World War, there were a couple of pictures that everyone remembers. This is probably one of the most famous, and that is the Marines on Mount Suribachi planting the American flag. And the thing that impressed me the most is they were securing our future then. Continuing the tradition of the Iwo Jima Marines, I believe my job is securing your future now. I strongly believe that financial security is determined more by desire and discipline than by social or economic background. And when you can see the reality of financial security, you will enjoy life more. I specialize in life insurance, annuities, and securing your retirement. If you have any interest, I'll gather some information, then we'll get back together and I'll go through some specifics. So there's nothing to buy today, just sit back and relax. I represent several insurance companies and other financial institutions with billions of dollars of assets. Some of these companies have been in business for over 100 years. My goal is to help you become financially secure. What this means is you don't have to work anymore. You may choose to, but you don't have to. A problem we all face is that incomes have risen, but living expenses keep going up and up. I want to tell you a story about George. I met George at a Christmas party. Everyone came on time, and George came later. I saw him out in the kitchen, went out to speak to him, and he told me that he was a grocery clerk at the Safeway. As I sat with George, he seemed so sad and tired. I never saw George again. About 2 years later, I heard that George had died, and I realized that he probably had never enjoyed his retirement. I'm going to go through these concepts quickly. Stop me if you have any questions. I'd like you to keep in mind what you feel are your biggest needs so that we can develop a strategy later. Step 1 is building long-term income and savings. There are two financial battles that you have to win, and you have to win both of these battles. If you don't win them both, you probably won't ever be financially secure. Battle number 1 is inflation, and battle number 2 is coordinating your retirement accounts. So what has inflation been for the past 10 years? It has averaged 2.42%. Let's look at a chart prepared by the U.S. Department of Labor Statistics. If people are saving, then where are they saving? They are saving at banks, credit unions, and with CDs. Let's look at current rates. They are from 0.05% to 1%. Let's look at the problem. Money is growing, but inflation is growing faster. You're losing purchasing power. You may never have a secure retirement. Where can I get a decent rate of return with protection of principal and guaranteed not to lose money? The answer is we'll investigate 3 strategies to invest your money. I'll give you a summary of all 3. Then you tell me which makes the most sense for you for when we get back together. The first strategy is the fixed rate strategy. The fixed rate strategy guarantees a fixed rate, but it is a low rate, which is currently 0.05% to 1%. This could be risky because of inflation. With a fixed rate of return of 1% and inflation averaging 2.42% over the last 10 years, how can you win? The second is the stock market or mutual funds. They have potential for high returns, but greater risk of losing your money. The third strategy is the index strategy. All principal is protected. All interest earned is protected. You don't lose any money. All interest earned is linked to the S&P 500 stock index. For the past 25 years, the S&P 500 stock index has averaged over 9%. Let's look at 1, 10, and 25-year returns. Even though there's been a negative return in the 1 and 10-year averages, there has always been a positive return over 25 years. S&P 500 stock index strategy is very popular. Let's look at how it works. It is the 500 most widely held companies in the U.S., representing 70% of the economy. If you had invested in the S&P 500 25 years ago and averaged 9%, would you be happy? Let me give you an overview of the S&P 500 stock index strategy. All interest earned is linked to the S&P 500 stock index up to a cap of 12%. There is no downside risk associated with putting your money directly into the stock market. How important is this to you? Here's a 3-year example. Let's say you contributed $10,000 to the S&P 500 stock index strategy and it grew 10% the first year, so it became $11,000. In the second year, it grew another 10%. Now you have $12,100. In the third year, the S&P drops 20%. Is that possible? Absolutely. It's happened. But now instead of your account dropping to $9,600, it remains at $12,100. This is why the S&P 500 stocks index strategy has become very popular. One of the best ways to win the rate of return and inflation battles is to get a potentially higher rate of return, protecting your principal from any downside market loss. Which strategy makes the most sense for you? You can't win the inflation battle and forget about coordinating your retirement accounts. You have to plan for your personal savings, IRAs, your employer-sponsored retirement plans, Social Security, Medicare and Medicaid, and finally any veterans benefits. If you are financially independent right now, what would be your dreams and goals? What would you be doing right now? Step 2 is to protect your family, income, and assets. A good financial plan has proper insurance to replace income and create an immediate estate. I look at your financial needs and bring back options that save money and increase cash flow. And that helps set up the proper amount of life insurance. The third step is estate planning. Many families use a trust to create a legacy and avoid the headaches and potential taxes to the survivors. It's important to have a will, power of attorney, and a living will. Do you remember what happened to Terri Schiavo? She became incapacitated and the whole world argued about what should be done. How different it would have been if Terri had a living will. Look at the dates on her gravestone. Are you concerned who will make medical, legal, and financial decisions for you? Do you already have an attorney or other advisor to work with on estate planning issues? Are you interested in updating or creating a will or trust? If you do not have an attorney, I can recommend a company that will prepare estate documents. Of the 3 steps, which 2 are your biggest priority? If you could only pick 2, which would they be? What I do is called a financial security analysis, so I can make sure that the products offered are suitable to meet your goals and dreams. In a few seconds, I will ask you some questions to determine what are your goals and dreams. I will take this information back to my office and develop a plan of attack specifically for you to accomplish one thing: financial security as soon as possible. What is the cost of this service? The companies that you choose to help you to accomplish your specific goals pay me a referral fee or commission. You won't be billed for services rendered, so it's a win-win scenario. You should understand that the plan of attack that I bring back is only as accurate as the information you give me. Work with me here because we're talking about your financial future. If we do this right, we can potentially cut years off your retirement date. Now we'll complete the financial security analysis. Next time, you'll have a crystal clear picture of how and when you will be financially secure. You will fulfill your goals and dreams. You're going to love it. We will build on the momentum created here today. Now, it's important that we get together as soon as possible while this plan is still fresh. Let's discuss our schedules for the near future. Before I leave, let me ask you two very important questions. If I bring back a plan that meets your needs in every way, and you are totally comfortable with the plan, then is there any reason why we couldn't do business? If, after we do business and you see the value of the strategy we put together, I'll ask you to consider giving me a testimonial. Let me show you some existing clients who have done a short video testimonial.
Hello, I'm Dick. This is Mary. We're going to chat with Bob a little bit, and highly recommend Bob because he's so positive and has such an ability to kind of keep you smiling while you're in the middle of the process. But I can't overstress the need for some help, for some outside help, and for some just a little coaching to keep your spirits up.
All right, here we are. We're at the residence of Randall.
Specifically, the benefits that everyone receives is immediately reduces the stress and the financial burden on our family. Second, it's allowed us to plan for our mother's future for 12 years instead of 6 years. As far as the overall experience, tremendous experience, I would recommend Bob to anybody. It really saved our family. There's no way that I can express our gratitude to Bob.
Hi, I'm Sandy. We were concerned that it was just going to be taking up a lot of time and nothing was going to happen. But it was very, thank goodness, it was very, very beneficial. Bob is the real deal. He genuinely wants to help you. He's on your side. He sticks by you. He encourages you. So it's good. He's a good person to have on your side.
Thank you for your consideration and your commitment to financial security. If you would like more information about a financial security analysis, then call me at 480-580-1444.